Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
The act of regarding as equal. A state of being essentially equal or equivalent, equally balanced. A mathematical statement that two expressions are equal. The act of regarding as equal. A state of being essentially equal or equivalent, equally balanced. The quality of being the same in quantity or measure or value or status. Qualities that are comparable. A state of being essentially equal or equivalent, equally balanced. Essential equality and interchangeability. A state of being essentially equal or equivalent, equally balanced. On a par with the best. Golf. The standard number of strokes set for each hole on a golf course, or for the entire course. A par 5 hole. Make a score, on a hole, equal to par. The act of making equal or uniform. The act of making equal or uniform. Changing the ground level to a smooth horizontal or gently sloping surface. Complete destruction of a building. The act of making equal or uniform. A condition or position in which you find yourself. The unpleasant situation, or position, of having to choose between two evils. A job in an organization. The spatial property of a place where or way in which something is situated. The position of the hands on the clock. The particular portion of space occupied by something. A rationalized mental attitude. An opinion that is held in opposition to another in an argument or dispute. A way of regarding situations or topics, etc. The arrangement of the body and its limbs. The relative position or standing of things or especially persons in a society. Atheists do not enjoy a favorable position in American life. A point occupied by troops for tactical reasons. Put into a certain place or abstract location. The act of putting something in a certain place. An item on a list or in a sequence. Moved from third to fifth position. The post or function properly or customarily occupied or served by another. Cause to be in an appropriate place, state, or relation. In team sports, the role assigned to an individual player. What position does he play? The act of positing, an assumption taken as a postulate or axiom. The appropriate or customary location. The cars were in position. A state at a particular time. The current status of the arms negotiations. The relative position or standing of things or especially persons in a society. He had the status of a minor. A statement of a mathematical relation. Social and political equality. A social or business relationship. He was sorry he had to sever his ties with other members of the team. A fastener that serves to join or connect. Finish a game with an equal number of points, goals, etc. The teams drew a tie. Create social or emotional ties. One of the cross braces that support the rails on a railway track. The British call a railroad tie a sleeper. A horizontal beam used to prevent two other structural members from spreading apart or separating. He nailed the rafters together with a tie beam. Fasten or secure with a rope, string, or cord. They tied their victim to the chair. The finish of a contest in which the score is tied and the winner is undecided. Their record was 3 wins, 6 losses and a tie. Connect, fasten, or put together 2 or more pieces. Neckwear consisting of a long narrow piece of material worn, mostly by men, under a collar and tied in knot at the front. He stood in front of the mirror tightening his necktie. Perform a marriage ceremony. A cord, or string or ribbon or wire etc., with which something is tied. He needed a tie for the packages. Equality of score in a contest. Form a knot or bow in. Tie a necktie. Limit or restrict to. I am tied to eunuchs. Make by tying pieces together. The fishermen tied their flies. Music, a slur over 2 notes of the same pitch, indicates that the note is to be sustained for their combined time value. Unite musical notes by a tie. Social and political equality. Equality represents an extreme leveling of society. A polynomial of the 4th degree. An equation of the 4th degree. An algebraic equation or function of the 4th degree. Involving the 4th and no higher power of a quantity or degree. An equation of the 4th degree. An equation containing differentials of a function. An equation involving exponential functions of a variable. A polynomial equation of the 1st degree. A polynomial of the 2nd degree. An equation in which the highest power of an unknown quantity is a square. Involving the 2nd and no higher power of a quantity or degree. Quadratic equation. An equation in which the highest power of an unknown quantity is a square. The equation representing the relation between selected values of one variable, x, and observed values of the other, y. It permits the prediction of the most probable values of y. The equation representing the relation between selected values of one variable, x, and observed values of the other, y. It permits the prediction of the most probable values of y. A set of equations in 2 or more variables for which there are values that can satisfy all the equations simultaneously. A science, or group of related sciences, dealing with the logic of quantity and shape and arrangement. A science, or group of related sciences, dealing with the logic of quantity and shape and arrangement. A science, or group of related sciences, dealing with the logic of quantity and shape and arrangement.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.